Hi everyone, thanks for watching the JB Arts YouTube channel. This is my video for celebrating 10 years in Almonte. Now I've been teaching for a little over 20 years, but yeah, full-time in Almonte, 10 full years. Yay, excited. So I just wanted to talk to you about a few things. So behind us here, we have a selection of 1,500 different pieces of art or pictures of students, past and present, all sort of enjoying in JB Arts art, showing you all the different kind of things that we do. And yeah, I thought that'd be something that not everyone gets to see. All right, to celebrate JB Arts' 10-year anniversary, we have special contests planned for you. Stay tuned to the end of the video. I'll tell you all about it in no time. Enjoy the rest of the video. All right, the idea behind JB Arts, what sort of have made us relevant for the last 10 years and sort of more, is that we strongly believe everyone has artistic talent in some way. It's just a matter of finding something that you like. So if I were just to focus in on drawing, I figured this out a long time ago in sort of high school, that if I just was able to teach drawing really well, then my students would only go so far. If I taught drawing and painting and sculpture and all of these sorts of things, then people could stay longer. They could branch out further. They could learn or find out what they really enjoy or what their passion is. As I said, everyone has creative talent. It could be knitting, could be decorating cakes. Anything that you can think of, you can get yourself involved and enjoy, and there's always a level of creativity or sort of challenge. We look at 3 different elements in creating any type of art: your idea, your technique or lesson or whatever it happens to be, then your materials. Thirdly would be your subject matter. So your materials could be anything from pencils or pastels to drawing inks, and then you could branch into watercolor, develop into marker rendering, or fixing that up with or adjusting your picture with pencil crayons. You can go into sort of any direction that you want. All right, so the third thing being subject matter. We take a look at drawing dogs, or drawing buildings, or still lifes, or people. You can pick any subject matter that you want, and when we sort of roll all 3 of these components together, you can come up with 10 different pen and ink lessons based on the difference of drawing a dog to a bird or to a building. All of those sort of components, and this is how we've remained relevant for so long, of 10 years teaching class. And is that you can take, say, a summer camp, for example, and about 3 years go through before you hit sort of the same project that you may have had before. And even then, there's ways of taking it to sort of the next level. A lot of programs that I teach, quite a few of them I learned in college, and have found a way to make them sort of simple enough or complicated enough depending on the individual. Usually the person who has a bit more experience can just take the projects a bit further. And that's, again, what's made us relevant for the last 10 years. So never stop learning, and that's the best part about art, and that includes myself too. I still like to take extra classes, upgrading my pottery wheel skills, upgrading my watercolor skills, continuing to paint on a regular basis. I had to pick up an order from Kingston just the other day, and I got up at 5 a.m., drove to Kingston, set up ready to paint 7 a.m. and I've got a couple hours of painting in, and then went and picked up my order at 10 o'clock and drove it back to the store. So you're always learning, always being able to do something new and having fun. Way back when I was in high school, I knew I loved sort of inspiring people. My art teacher inspired me. When I was in grade 9, I got a pity 50 in grade 9 art. I didn't really apply myself. I thought it was fun and all, but I never really sort of pursued it. I'm not sure where I wanted to go. And in grade 10, I had a great art teacher who sort of pushed me a bit further. He said, "Oh, this stuff isn't too bad, but you're really not trying very hard. I've got a project just for you. This might interest you. Take a look at this artist, MC Escher." Ooh, MC Escher turned out to be one of my favorite artists of all time. My teacher just seen sort of my personality and interests and sort of quirky sense of humor at the time, that he said, "Oh, I think this artist would be great for you. Here's a project just for you. Give it a shot. I know you can do better than what you're doing now." And that kick in the pants was awesome, and it changed my life forever. I wanted to be able to inspire people to do more than they think they can as well. So, saying that, I've always sort of been conflicted between sort of being an artist and being a teacher, or I've come to the sense that I'm a fairly good edutainer. I like to sort of inspire people, be energetic, and say, "Hey, try this, try that. You can do all sorts of different things. Just give it a go. You can do it." And yeah, and what keeps me doing this kind of work, because this is not the kind of work that you would do if you didn't really enjoy it, you didn't have a strong passion for it, is seeing other students being able to achieve more than they thought they could by saying, "Ooh, I absolutely love it." And that's sort of the core center of JB Arts, being sort of a place where someone can experience almost any type of art or get out their creativity, is to to sort of nourish those needs as well. Okay, you really loved painting. Awesome. You love painting. Good for you. If you need some paints, here you go. JB Arts has always included every supply you'll ever need in every single one of its classes. That we found that the two major deterrents to people taking classes has been, one, having to buy $400 worth of art supplies to take a $200 class. That's only like 4 weeks, and you're not sure if you're going to like it. The other deterrent is, canceled classes because there just wasn't enough enrollment, and I'm supposed to go out and find all these people for the class if I actually want it to run. And that's usually a huge letdown, and those people don't often come back. So with me teaching sort of 90% of the programs over the last few years, or through most of the years, one student has always been better than none, and one student usually turns into more students. When other people see what's going on, people want to join in a class that's already going. So we never canceled classes due to numbers. That's how we sort of do things differently. Back to what I was saying earlier, when a student really enjoys what they're doing and they like it, we say, "Okay, there's the art supplies that we just used right there in the store. You don't need to go anywhere else. And if you need to know anything about the supplies, I'm probably the guy to ask." I want to say a bunch of thank yous. I'll make them sort of brief. Of course, I can't forget my parents. My parents, my mom and dad, have been absolutely fantastic. My sister as well, being super supportive throughout the years and putting up with me, sort of the crazy artist type. I knew in high school that I wanted to do something like this. I didn't quite really know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to sort of be engaged in these sort of things. And about 4 years before I opened an art school, I had bought all the tables and chairs, and I put them in my parents' garage sort of attic, and they were happy to store them there until I was ready. Yeah, I ended up sort of living at home till I was 28, because dropping $100,000 on an art school just, it didn't give me much other financial options. So it was really nice to be able to have their support to start something like this. Not to mention all of the encouragement and helping out throughout the years. So thank you, Mom and Dad. So to go on to my partner, Helen, fantastic help over the years. None of this would have been possible without her helping me get sort of my first loan. She even helped me the very first summer camp that I taught at in 1997. She came to help me, and it continued to help for the next sort of 4 years. The summer camp I was teaching at, she was my assistant, and then a major driver into opening the first art school in Oakville, and then she helped buy the building here in Almonte. So very grateful and appreciative of all of those things to get this sort of place running. My next thank yous are to sort of extended family. I'm not going to go through all of business, as in giving my first commissions, uh, getting me my first art supplies, helping me with jobs along the way, and my grandmother sort of lending me money to start up capital and things like that. So all of those things. Thank you very much, extended family. Quick other talks to sort of other artistic mentors sort of in my life. Mr. Bussey, my high school art teacher, I wouldn't be here wanting to do these kind of things if it wasn't for his inspiration. I'm supposed to call him Norm now. Sorry, I still call him Mr. Bussey. Jeff Hanna, who gave me my first sort of teaching job at Hanna Art Summer School. That was awesome. Steve Hudak, working at Industrial Arts Place, learning all sorts of mold making and things like that. Sculpture, learning how to fire kilns. So much knowledge over that sort of 3-year period was so valuable. I appreciate it. Yeah, strong sentiment towards Steve and all he's done for me. Next would be sort of in the older days, Sue Davies, who helped me get into my first schools. She was a school teacher, and yeah, I haven't talked to her in years, but still, that sort of gave me the kick that I needed at the time. I was just a young guy. She took me under her wing a little bit and helped me to get into schools and stuff like that. So I appreciate that very much. More recently, people like Mr. Wallach from Wallach's downtown Ottawa. Man, he was great. I really like John. So thank you very much, John. You might actually be one of those people who watched this. All right, moving on to people who have helped out in the store. Now, there's been tons of student helpers over the years. I couldn't possibly name them all. You are all much appreciated. What I'm going to talk about right now is the sort of adult helpers who have been sort of in the background for sort of extended period of time, or like a solid chunk of time. So, for example, Jessica, who's been with me for the last 6 years. 6 years! 6 years putting up with me. This woman needs an award. Probably a raise. Next would be Roz, who's helped out for the last 4 years. Everything from sort of teaching and helping around the store, looking after things. Just, you've been awesome. Thank you. Glenda, helping out for summer camp and things like that, helping around the store, giving you sort of fresh perspective into marketing and things like that. Absolutely fantastic. I appreciate your help. People who have also sort of helped in around the store in sort of teaching over the years. Barb, a volunteer who is sort of currently in the store. Joelle, Jessica's sister. Carolyn. Yay, Carolyn, I know you've moved away, but we miss you. Mr. T, so Mr. Troyes, helping out for the summer camp, teaching advanced programs, very good at helping out and giving me his sort of wealth of knowledge over art over such a period of time. Liz, Alexa, Kathy Blake. My daughter was born. The person who was supposed to help out had bailed. Kathy jumped in without hesitation and really helped out. And what a fantastic summer that was. I really couldn't have done it without you, and I couldn't have done it better myself. So those are high praises, because I'm quite picky with other support staff and things like that. So Kathy, good job. Jennifer Kelly, special thank you to Jennifer Kelly for helping me out along the way and being a big supporter. Definitely couldn't forget Jennifer Kelly. glass studio in Carleton Place. Fantastic person. If you get a chance, go do some glass with her as well. All right. I think that's sort of to the end of all of the thank yous to all of the students, past, present, and future. Thank you too. Parents, other clients, everybody who's just coming in to buy a paintbrush or a pencil here and there to show your support in that way. All of those kind of things really add up. Even just sharing, liking on Facebook, all of you out there. This place wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So how could I not forget you? Sort of, there's one last sort of group of people I'd like to thank, and that would be the people who sort of break down sort of the barriers of the client relationship and sort of form relationships that run deeper than just a client sort of feel. The people who have become friends or trusted people. You know who you are. You know, you've sort of been invited into my life more than just say the store. So those people, thank you very much as well. You give this place such money. All right. So over the last 10 years, we have had sort of several achievements. We teach about 2,000 students a year right now through different venues like schools, library programs, daycares, community halls, private events. I really miss Puppets Up. Yay, Puppets Up. I can't believe I got to be a part of something like that. Such an extravagant festival. I really wish something like that would come back. Yeah, I've always wanted to run my own pottery festival, but you know, that's another date. The other achievements sort of that we have, or things that I look fondly at now from the past that I never considered 10 years ago, are all of the students that have gone off to be artists, that are now animators, designers, illustrators, architects, painters, potters, film and entertainment industry, 3D rendering, and even the people who haven't chosen sort of a creative career path are usually taking their creativity with them wherever they go. And it's quite humbling to know that I've been a part of that somewhere along their life. That's totally cool. I feel it's a really big achievement to see sort of that go through. We also donate 1 to 3 summer camp gift cards to schools every year. So 20 schools in the area every year get summer camp gift cards to sort of divvy out however they want, which equals out to about $3,000 worth of summer camps a year, which is about $30,000 worth over the last 10 years. So I'm quite proud of that, and until those things are sort of noted, it's sometimes not even realized by other people, those little contributions. So yeah, I feel quite proud about that. All right, guys, thanks for sticking with the video. We're getting to the contest stuff. We'd like to address the sort of the last year and talk about what's happening right now and some quick ideas in the future. So talking about sort of the last year and a half, I became a father. I have a little girl. She's absolutely fantastic. And sort of last year, I stepped back from the business and just was a father. It was absolutely fantastic. I taught a few classes sort of in the evening and sort of a sporadic one during the day here and there when I could. Sort of jumped back in for summer camps in March break and things like that. But yeah, it pretty well. It was the best time of my life. It was absolutely fantastic. We let our art supplies sort of drift off a bit, and in classes I had other people just teach classes to kind of keep the business sort of going, and that was fantastic. So thank you for all of those people who helped. Now with me sort of jumping back in, sort of at the fall, we went full gear into the programs. Art supplies sort of we kind of lay low for a bit. We got in some Christmas stock and stuff like that. But now with the new sort of pandemic happening, fast forwarding to now, we have a fully stocked store again, which is awesome. We have access to new suppliers. I don't know if anybody has been to the Art Factory yet in Renfrew. We've sort of teamed up to help sort of get supplies and have a good buying power together, and that sort of working relationship has been absolutely fantastic with getting us back into art supplies. Um, yeah. So currently, with the worldwide sort of situation, as we're filming, we're just about to sort of open the doors. We're still doing curbside pickup and stuff like that. Happy to do deliveries sort of local and that sort of thing. And yeah, uh, we are going to run a summer camp. We're not exactly sure how that's going to look. We're sort of putting together the plan now and waiting for government mandates. We don't really know exactly how it's going to go. We are sure that we're going to have a reduced amount of enrollment, mostly because we aren't expecting sort of the 30 to 40 kids in a week. We're expecting more, about 10 or so. Yeah, it'll new details on that sort of thing are coming soon, probably in the next week. We're not changing sort of pricing. The schedule is going to be the same. We're probably not going to be running the advanced programs, although teenagers are still welcome. They can have their own sort of space, but they would, we wouldn't be doing as focused lessons in that sort of sense. But there's still lots to learn and lots to do, and especially if they have access to all the different supplies. And for the kids who are really, or students who are really interested, it'll be a great experience over the next season. So I'm actually pretty excited for how things are sort of turning out in a way. It's nice to be able just to hone in on a few students who are sort of really interested in art. So that's awesome. Looking into the future for JB Arts, our main focus has always been art classes. We're going to keep that going for the fall. We're going to sort of have a good summer camp, roll into a decent fall. New classes, favorite classes, change up the schedule a little bit, get some other teachers in as well. Those are sort of the ideas that we've got for the fall and that we're sort of working on right now. We also have a school book. I've been talking about this for the last 6 years. It's at the graphic designer right now, being very meticulous with it. I only want to print this book once, but it's a catalog essentially of art programs that also sort of material lists and things like that for teachers, for schools. And this showcases over 200 different programs that we teach at JB Arts, from all in sort of categories of drawing and cartooning and painting and mixed medias and different clay projects, stuff, puppets, to all the different things that we do on a regular basis. Quite comprehensive with costs and detailed descriptions and stuff like that. It's quite an undertaking, and it's nearly done. Again, several years trying to put together all the information, the pictures, and really have the idea come together. That will be ready for the fall. We also have online art supplies. Art supplies has really sort of picked up quite a bit in sales, and has helped to sort of generate more supplies. So we're no longer just this little store that only carries a few things. We're getting new racks in sort of weekly at this point, and are doing very well. And this pandemic has been sort of the push that we need to get into those sort of areas, and also taking on online sales. Jessica's going to be looking after a lot of those sort of items while I focus in on the school and the teaching, the part that I'm really passionate about. So yeah, that's looking quite positive. We're also looking at sort of a loyalty program, and a sort of new idea than what other places are sort of doing. We wanted to do a sort of like almost like a gift card, library card kind of thing, where you get a significant discount for using the card, but you get to use that card once, and then that card then gets passed to your friend or someone else that you think that could use it, and they use the card, and then that's it. You could use it once, and it goes on to other people. And we put out sort of a circulation of these cards, so they sort of flow around to different people, and you can't use the same card twice. but there's still a decent amount of cards sort of floating around that people can sort of share it amongst their friends and family and things like that. And, engaging new people in the store, and it rewards for people who have been sort of with us for quite some time. So, yeah, still working out the details of that one, but that should be pretty fun. Should be coming in the fall. And, yeah, really hope that one sort of goes through, because it's a pretty neat idea. All right, folks, 10-year contest time. Yes, this is the part you've been waiting for. Thank you for sticking through the video. No, there's sort of a lot of information. I hope you enjoyed sort of the slideshow that's going on behind me. Again, 1,500 photos of students of the last 10 years. All right. At the end of the video, I'm going to make sort of if you're interested, a compilation of different print medias and things like that from earlier years that are absolutely silly and ridiculous. And I look back and sort of laugh and go, those were fun days. Anyway, continue to watch sort of the video. This is the part you need to listen careful to, though. We have, in social media, we have our 3 sort of major accounts that we sort of look after: Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We have a lot of YouTube videos on. We try not to post the same things on each one of those 3. So whatever one you enjoy most, or if you have all 3 of them, you don't see the same thing repeated again and again and again over each platform. So Facebook, it's sort of this is what's coming up kind of thing. You should try that and enjoy that. Instagram is usually as it's happening right now. Here's a picture. And then with YouTube, it's a lot of tutorials. We'll be expanding into different classes and things like that, or online registrations for online programs. So taking a look at those 3, we've got sort of a contest for each one of them. If you are a Facebook user, we are hoping to sort of talk to the people who have been to JB Arts before. We want to see your favorite artwork that you've put out from JB Arts. Just post it directly on this post. Put it as a comment down below. When I see your name pop up, you're instantly sort of put into a contest. We're having 5 different kits for that one: a drawing, a painting, a clay, a mixed media, puppets. All right, we are giving away a kit for each one of those forms. Maybe you've done a bunch of good puppets here. Awesome, we want to see them, and you'll immediately put in the draw for one of those items. Awesome. Next, Instagram. Anybody who makes a comment on this particular post on Instagram will be automatically put into a draw for a $100 gift card. And what we're going to do is a bingo roller. All right, so we've got your name will be associated with a number, put you in the bingo baller, and roll it. If we get 100 people on the first go, we'll give away a $100 gift card. If we get 200 people, we'll give away another $100 gift card. There's probably limitations on that, but we will be putting that out in print media soon. So all the contest rules and such. Thirdly, anyone who is subscribed to the YouTube channel will be able to have a video dedicated to them and their art interest, a video made specifically for your interest in art. So if it's something that I can do, I'm going to give out a full lesson onto that, which then dedicated to that person with a huge thank you. All right, so this concludes sort of the end of the video. I'm really happy that you've made it this far with us. If you've never been to JB Arts before, you can't make it, just look somewhere else or something like that. You can check us out online, send a quick message. We're going to continue to do new things all the time. I really appreciate you for being with us and keeping my dream and passion alive. It's not every day you get to do something that you really love, and I thank you guys for enabling that. All right, good luck. Have a great day.